Hi everybody, I'm Judy DiLorenzo with The Life Well Planted, and I have to tell you, this has been a jamming summer. I've put up at least 60 jars of jam so far, and I'm still going. Today I'm making peach jam, and I thought I would shoot this quick video to show you how easy it is to make jam with very little sweetener. Most jam recipes require an insane amount of sweetener, even up to 85% sugar or honey. But fortunately, years ago, I found this pectin called Pomona Universal Pectin. I'm not affiliated with them at all. I just love their pectin because I'm able to make jam with very little sweetener. So far this year, I've made a bunch of raspberry jam because we have a lot of raspberries. They're still going. And I've made peach raspberry, blackberry raspberry. We had a lot of wild blackberries growing up our driveway this year. So I did mix them with the raspberry, it's delicious. And then peach. And again, I'm making more peach today. If you use Pomona Pectin, you'll see that there's 2 packets in the box. You have calcium powder. You mix half a teaspoon of calcium powder with a half a cup of water, and you store it in a jar in the refrigerator, and you just use a little bit per recipe. And then the other packet is citrus pectin. There's no additives, preservatives, fillers. It's a pretty clean product. There's a good handout in the box that will explain various recipes depending on the fruit, etc., depending on if you're making jam or making jelly. You mix the calcium water in with the mashed fruit, and you mix the pectin powder in with the sweetener. And then once the fruit is boiling, you mix and stir the sweetener into the fruit, bring it to another boil, then it's ready to can. However, you don't have to can any jam recipe. You can opt to freeze it. Just make sure you leave enough headspace so that when the product freezes and heaves upward, you don't want it to crack the jar. So that's why you leave enough headspace. Because our peaches do have spots on the skin, I always peel them. So I don't leave any of the skin when I make peach jam, although I know some people do. I've been working at this for a little bit, and I found that even though I'm putting the peaches in the boiling water and then in the ice water bath, the skins are not falling off like they do sometimes. So I've had to resort to plan B, which is using my peeler. It could just be the variety of peach, the level of ripeness, although these are pretty juicy and sweet, so I would say they're fully ripe. The other thing that I'm disappointed in is usually I can cut around the girth of the peach and have them break apart into 2 pieces, but that's not happening either, so I have to cut the peach off of the pit. It really doesn't matter, it just makes the project take longer. I mash some as I go along and measure 2 cups, put it in the Maslin pot. I already have 2 cups done. If I fill it all the way to the top and try to mash, the peaches will go flying everywhere. So that's why I just use the 4-cup measuring cup to do 2 cups at a time. But you'll find your routine. You'll find what makes sense for you. Let's see if I can get it to split. No, it's not working. All right, well, I'll finish up here and then I'll show you the last step. My husband set me straight. The reason why these peaches aren't splitting apart as I expected is because they're not a freestone variety. Freestone peaches will break apart easily from the pit, which is also called a stone. All of the peaches have been peeled and are in the pot. They've been simmering. I mashed them. So now I'm adding the honey with pectin. And after stirring in the pectin, I've brought it back to a boil. So now the jam is ready for the jars. Even if you're freezing the jam, I recommend putting them in the jars right away because this will start to gel up as it cools. So you want to fill your jars and then let them cool completely before putting them in the freezer. And of course, if you're canning, you have to follow approved procedures such as the ones that you can find on the National Center for Home Food Preservation's website. As always, if you're not eating for health, you're eating for disease. So make every mouthful count.